And welcome back to redheart.com as well as the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host Mikey, and in today's tutorial it's all about the Shades of Grey scarf designed by Mary Catherine Vaughn. I have to say, I don't ever use the designers' names, but in this case she's a personal friend of mine and I'm really excited for her, as this is the very first pattern that's ever been featured on redheart.com. So congratulations is in order. So it's the Shades of Grey scarf. She's made it in gray, therefore it's called the Shades of Grey, but you can change your colors to match whatever is your personal style. So she's used the Red Heart Boutique changes. It changes texture 6 different times throughout the particular ball, and then it'll keep repeating the pattern. So you see this really fabulous glitter stuff just like you see. Now I'm a huge nut when it comes to the Red Heart Boutique Magical, as the yarn is even more textured and it's even more interesting as it works its way through the ball. So either way this pattern will work. You just have to choose the yarn that you wish and run away with the pattern. Also, a side note, you will notice that the model has her scarf wearing around. You should know that it's wrapped around her twice. If you look carefully over her one shoulder, you will notice that the scarf is actually wrapped over the second section. The scarf is actually a lot thinner than it appears, and that's because it's wrapped around her twice that it appears a lot more wider than it truly is. So let's begin. We're just going to create a slip knot. You will need a size L or an 8.0 millimeter crochet hook. So it's a larger hook than normal because it is quite a loose looking idea. So just doing a slip knot just like so. We're going to put it onto the hook. You will notice that you have to crochet 484 chains. So that's what you're just going to do. I'm not going to obviously do that on camera. So let's just get you started. So we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And it says to chain loosely. So you just don't want to be really stressed about it. You just want the scarf to really stretch out nicely. So if you're used to crochet, you'll probably have a perfect chain anyway. So chain 484. We'll meet back up in a second and we'll carry on for your next project. You should know that I'm only going to be doing a swatch for this particular one, and if you want to do a shorter scarf you don't have to do 484. You can do a lot less if you prefer. Choice is up to you really. We're now ready for row number 1. Just for your information, I am using Red Heart Boutique Treasure for this, and you'll see the colors transitioning throughout this project. So it says to double crochet 4th chain from the hook, and it says beginning chain counts as the first double crochet. So let's begin. So coming from the 4th from the hook, so we count back. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we begin to double crochet into the 4th from the hook. Just like that. Okay, no big deal. You can do that. So it says to double crochet, chain 1, and then 2 double crochets into the same chain. So okay, so this is the 4th from the hook. Okay, so we want to double crochet again into that same spot. Okay, this is a shell, just so you know. So we're just going to double crochet, and it says to chain 1, and then we're going to double crochet again 2 more times to complete the shell. So that was all in that 4th chain from the hook, just like so. So the first one is just getting you started just like that. Okay, so what we're going to just do now is that we are going to skip the next 3 chains. So 1, 2, 3, skip it, go to the 4th, and it says to shell in the next. And so we just need to review what the shell means, and if you're not sure, it's right in the directions on the top. If you want the pattern for this information, it's in the link in the more information of this video. So we go back up and we see at the top is that what is the shell? It's 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochet. So we're going to skip to the 4th. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we've skipped 3, and so we're just going to do a double crochet, and we're going to do a double crochet. Okay, very simple. Chain 1, so that's the middle of the shell, and then 2 more double crochets into the same chain. And that's what it looks like so far. So all we have to do now is just skip again the 3. So 1, 2, 3, go to the 4th and do another shell, and that's all you have to do across this particular chain, and you do that all the way across, And so if you're deciding at some point that you don't want to go all the way across, I'm going to show you how to cheat in just a sec. And just in case you've decided that, you know what, it's longer than I want and I can make it shorter. And this is the wonderful thing about Mary Catherine's pattern, is that it's very versatile to be able to change it to suit your needs. And that's a great design if you ask me at any point. So continue along. So every time you finish a shell, skip over 3, go to the 4th, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, all within the same stitch. So I'm coming across my swatch. I've already done the scarf in full size, so I don't need to do another one at this point. So I'm just coming all the way across, and you're going to end up with doing a final shell, and that'll be the final. What I did notice is that somehow I cannot count to 484, and I ended up with being a few chains off. So I'm going to show you how I can cheat the system, just in case that happens to you as well. So why bother to frog it? You can cheat. So you can see I have 2 stitches left. I shouldn't, and all I just got to do is just untwist it. So just undo it. I know this is so cheating, it's not even funny. And just undo it one more time because I had 2 stitches like so. And voila, you can say you're an expert because you basically just undoing them like so. And so basically look at that, perfect every time. I think I've actually undone one too many, so I'm just going to put a knot back in just to make sure that it's not gonna fall apart on me. So that's an easy way to cheat the system, just in case, in order for you to be able to be successful. So let's move along to round number 2. This particular scarf only consists of 2 rows, and then it's just a repeat pattern. So it's a very simple, easy idea. And I actually did my scarf in an evening. Let's begin row number 2, and in row number 2 she says to chain 1 and then slip stitch across each of the stitches across the top of there. So we're just going to slip stitch across the half or double crochets just like so. And unlike the sample that I showed you in the very beginning of this tutorial, the actual sample that is done in the picture is actually done on a triangle. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that in just a second. So we're just slip stitching all the way across until we get to the middle space, just like there. And now we're going to chain up 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And we're just going to do a shell into the gapping space just like we did. And so that chaining of 3 counted as one of them, and we chain 1 and then 2 more into that same space. So it's very easy to think about that. And so we're going to just immediately jump to the next gapping space for another shell. So a double crochet just like so, chain 1 and double crochet just like you see. So continue to do that all the way across, and by the model one, so the end is actually going to start decreasing just like so. So it's going to end up like a triangle at the end of this project. So let's begin again, and a shell into each one. Continue that all the way across, and I'll meet you back up in just a sec where we'll turn around and repeat the process one more time. So when you get all the way back to the other side, you're going to notice your gapping spaces, and obviously you're going to have to stop before you get to the end. So it's just the last gapping space before you're finalized, and you're just going to put in a shell as normal. So 2 double crochets, chaining 1, 2 double crochets. I've been doing a lot of half double crochet lately, so I've been kind of screwing up on my words today. So that's when we stop. So we're now just simply going to do this again, and all you just have to do is keep repeating this back and forth just like you do for 2 balls. So simply to begin again, we're just going to chain 1, and we're just going to slip stitch ourselves across the first one to make ourselves go backward just like this. So we need to get ourselves to the middle gap again, and that's what's creating the triangle look on the end of the scarf. So just working our way back even into the chain 1 space. That, and we get all the way back to the middle. So let's go, here we go, and now we just begin again. So chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then coming back in like so. So again, it's a very simple project, just like you see. It's a very, very nice. So you know, it's up to you to choose the right yarns that work for you and for the colors that would match your outfit. She calls it shades of gray, but your gray could be purple or green or any other color that you desire in order to go with your coat or any of the fashion items that you wish to wear. Until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of redheart.com as well as the Crochet Crowd. Join me next time as we have another fabulous project lined up in order to teach you more about crochet with our free patterns as seen on redheart.com. Until next time, I'm Mikey.